Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, and Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now, this lesson is going to be based on 2 brush fires in Miami-Dade that have scorched 4,500 acres. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says firefighters continued battling 2 brush fires in West Miami-Dade on Wednesday as crews worked to contain the blazes burning near Florida's Turnpike that have now scorched more than 4,500 acres combined. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue, along with the Florida Forest Service, said crews remained actively engaged with ground crews and aerial units, working to suppress the fires and prevent further spread. MDFR's Air Rescue North and Air Rescue South helicopters conducted water drop operations, supported by additional aircraft from Broward Sheriff's Office, Fire Rescue, and the Florida Forest Service. Officials said the larger quarry fire has now burned approximately 4,050 acres and was about 30% contained as of 8 p.m. Tuesday. The blaze is one of 2 fires burning near the turnpike. The second fire, known as the Well Fire, ignited near Northwest 122nd Avenue and 58th Street. Officials said as of late Tuesday night, it has burned about 500 acres and is approximately 25% contained. The cause of both fires remains under investigation. While firefighters focus on containment, shifting winds continue to push smoke into nearby communities and across major roadways, creating hazardous conditions for drivers, according to Fire Rescue. On Wednesday, Miami-Dade Fire Rescue warned commuters traveling near the fires to expect smoky or hazy conditions that could significantly reduce visibility. Drivers are urged to slow down, use low-beam headlights, and leave extra distance between vehicles when traveling through affected areas. Officials also recommend keeping windows closed and setting air conditioning systems to recirculate to limit smoke exposure inside vehicles. Overnight and early morning conditions may worsen visibility, as cooler temperatures can cause smoke to settle closer to the ground. This could impact drivers during peak commute hours and may lead to temporary road closures. Fire Rescue says as temperatures rise throughout the day, it expects the smoke to lift, but those in nearby communities may still see or smell smoke. Residents near the fires may continue to smell or see smoke drifting into surrounding neighborhoods. Authorities advise limiting time outdoors when smoke is present, keeping doors and windows closed, and using air conditioning systems set to recirculate indoor air. These precautions are especially important for individuals with respiratory conditions. An air quality alert remains in effect for parts of South Florida, including Broward County, due to smoke from the fires. Fire crews are expected to remain on scene as containment efforts continue. Yeah, so just like through the Spirit I've been saying, this summer was going to be active with the fires. Brush fires, wildfires, just some of the judgments from the Heavenly Father. You got the high temperatures, high humidity, heat waves. You got a lot of components coming together to cause these brush fires and wildfires. Zephaniah 3 and 5, the just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. Yeah, every morning the Lord brings his judgments to light, particularly via these articles. When it comes to fires, storms, tempests, earthquakes, shootings, stabbings, car crashes, whatever it is, whatever the judgment is, every morning it's brought to light. The Lord is showing you his power. He's showing you what he can do. And there's a lot of simple-minded, ignorant people in this world who don't understand that. They'll classify these fires as Mother Nature, when in reality it's just the Lord's work. Isaiah 29 and 6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And that's exactly what these brush fires and these wildfires are, as well as car fires, people's house on fire, apartment complexes on fire, a church on fire, a restaurant on fire, a mall, whatever it is. These are flames of devouring fire. They just destroy wherever the Lord sent them. And in some cases, people do get wounded, and in some cases, people do get killed. So far with these two fires, nobody has gotten wounded or killed. But the fire has still not been contained. And the fires only get contained when the Lord wants them to be contained. Otherwise, they would just continue to burn. Second Timothy 3 and 1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And when you look up the definition of perilous, it means full of danger or risk. And we are definitely in times full of danger. Whether people can see it or not, we're still on the brink of war. World War III, nuclear war. There's all of these different brush fires and wildfires burning. Still got the storms and the tempests happening. Still got hurricanes, tropical storms, tornadoes, hailstorms. Still got earthquakes happening. Still got violence amongst the people, shootings, stabbings, riots, which will very soon turn into race wars and civil war. So we are still very much in some dangerous times. And that is why those of us of the hopeful elect have to stay prayed up. We got to stay circumspect. And we got to continue to watch. Because there is not going to be any peace in these last days. It's going to be nonstop, daily chaos and violence and death, destruction, and miseries. And the men of the Lord are constantly warning people, but majority of people are not going to listen. A majority of people are not going to heed those warnings. Proverbs 22 and 3, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. And majority of people out here are simple and ignorant and they can't foresee the evil because the Lord has not blessed them with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures. So as things get worse, a lot of people are not going to understand why these things are happening. But those of us of the hopeful elect, we're going to understand why. We're going to understand that this is the judgment of the Lord. All of these things that are happening upon the earth are merely signs of the Heavenly Father visiting this world which He made. And all the suffering that these wicked people will experience will merely be them reaping what they've sown. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. The water Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, and shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.